Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Iowa Speedway, round number 4 for the Intense Racing Sim Series. Practice getting ready to wrap up and go into qualifying here. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful evening. My name is Keegan Clark, and I will be taking you through what's going to be another thrilling race for sure, as we've had 3 races at Daytona, Auto Club, and Las Vegas, and every single one of them have been great. But now we get to change our focus and go to a short track for the first time of the season. So we're going to see who's great on these short tracks. We got a couple on the schedule coming up. This is one of them. Practice getting ready to finish here. So far at the top of the boards, Markel and Bivens. We've had guys with a different range amount of laps run. I've seen guys with as high as 100 laps ran in this practice, and then as low as 19, 20, even a couple just have like 6 or 7. So wide variety of amount of laps ran. Now I'll do it for practice. So let's get ready for qualifying. Let's see who can take the pole. Drive position here, you know, it being a short track, it's going to matter a lot for these guys. Let's see who's going to drop on track first. I got a few. Kyle Freeman on track. See a couple more guys getting on track now. It's Mark Allen Bivens. Fastest in practice. Let's see if he can do that in qualifying now. Looks like he's beginning his first lap. Couple guys starting to get their first lap in. Let's see what Mark Allen Bivens does right here. Top of the boards, just like practice for now. Cameron Westenberg putting his first lap in. Last week's winner, or the week before that, because we had a week off, Drew Cox getting his lap in. Couple of laps, I should say. Drew Cox, first lap, slid into second place. See, Kid Cox beat out Bivens. He will. Drew Cox to the top of the boards over Mark Allen Bivens. Switching the spots from what practice showed. Benjamin Romano on track now. Looking to see if he can spoil the party for Drew Cox. Number 23 Oreo Chevrolet. First lap, down in 8th, but let's see if he can get a better one in the second time around. Oh, Romano, he's going to lose it and into the grass. So the hopes of a better second lap are just not going to happen today. Meanwhile, Shane Haar on track, putting his first lap in. Now he's on his second lap. Oh, Haar got he got the wall right there. Still gonna give him a better lap though. So now slide him into P9. Connor Gibson on track. Looks like he didn't run very many practice laps, so probably not as much aware of what his car is going to feel like on track as the others. See if he can put in a solid lap still. Front stretch. Connor Gibson will only move up to 15th. It looks like that'll do it. So Drew Cox, your Las Vegas winner, will take the pole here in Iowa. We'll wait momentarily for everybody to get girded up, and then it'll be time to go racing from Iowa. Here we go. Let's get this thing started now, shall we? We're going to take a look at the grid. On the pole, Drew Cox. Starting alongside him, three-time IRSS champion, Mark Allen Bivens. In row 2, Cameron Wessenberg and Matthew Johnson. Row 3, you got Thompson and Fisher. Then in row 4, Arden and Cannon. Row 5, you got Benjamin Romano and Shane Haar. Then Tommy Limley and Kyle Freeman. Down a little bit, Jeremy Pienta, Stephen Henning Jr., Connor Gibson, and Josh Brackett. And looks like Jordan Parker, Levi Ramsey, and Drew Hensley did not get a lap in. So that'll be interesting to see. Pace car rolling off. We'll be having two pace times as Sometimes there's only just one pace up, but on a short track, you need a little bit more time, so it'll be two. So pace car should come down in this time. So we go through your field. Pretty big pack today. We've got 18 cars on track, which seems to be pretty usual these days. So it's great to see another pretty decent sized pack once again. Well, we had a week off because of Halloween, but now the wait is over. We're getting ready to go to green here at Iowa. Drew Cox leads the field green down on the bottom lane. Mark Allen searching for a run on the top. Out of two, Drew Cox will lead him down the backstretch. Further than back, we got a battle for third place between Johnson and Westenberg. It is a mess in the middle of the pack. We've got three wide modes. Connor Gibson looking really loose there. Like I said, he did not run that many laps in practice. So any of that unknown, what his car is going to feel like, might affect him. Benjamin Romano got really loose right there. Looked like he might have made some contact. Staying hard. Quickly gets Elijah Fisher. We'll get 6 on him. Here comes Thompson making his way up through the field. Now on the outside, and caution is out. It looks like Tommy Limley has had some trouble. Looks to have gotten it back going now. Let's go take a look at what happened with Limley here. Oh, it's got really loose out of 4, and it just took off on him into the grass. Doesn't look like a lot of damage though, so that's really good news for him. But yeah, he just lost that out of 4. On colder tires at a short track, that'll happen to you. The first caution of the day. Here on lap 6 of 100. Drew Cox, your race leader. We'll take a break. Back here at Iowa, we're under yellow for the first time of the day. It was a Tommy Limley spin out of turn 4 that brought it out. Luckily, not a lot of damage for Limley. There he is. Looked like he went down pit road. So did Jordan Parker. Should be getting the 1 to green this time. which, let's see, a choose cone. No, it'll be next time around. Apologies. Should be getting the one to green this time. No. Refresh their paints. Their paints are not showing up. Let's see if I can refresh it. Now you do choose cone. There you go. Drew Cox going to stay with that inside lane. He had it on the start of the race, and it worked for them, so he's going to keep it right here. Mark Evans will stay with the top. It did not work for him on the start of the race. So let's see if he, he's learned a little bit something now, 10 laps in. Let's see if he can maybe use the outside lane to his advantage this time around. Pace car is off. Let's get this thing back to green here at Iowa. Drew Cox got another great start. Huge lead out. Here comes Johnson on the inside of Bivens. Car on the wall in the back. Looks like Elijah Fisher, maybe. No, it wasn't Fisher. It was Thompson. Thompson got a piece of that wall at it, too. Evans was able to get around Matthew Johnson. Cameron Westenberg working on the inside of Shane Hard for 4th place. Westenberg not going to be able to clear. Hard back to the outside of Westenberg. Good quarter for Shane Hard. He's going to clear Westenberg. Further back in the pack, Thompson and Connor Gibson are working. Gibson clear him. He will not be able to trust yet. Oh, Thompson had to check up there. He was on that right rear of Connor Gibson. Elijah Fisher and Thompson now. endless battles throughout the entire field. This is a multi-group track. You see guys running the bottom, guys running the top. It depends on how your car feels where you want to run. Towards the front, Drew Cox still out with a good over a second lead on Mark Gallo-Bivens here early on. Kyle Freeman back to 7th. Under pressure from Connor Gibson. Connor Gibson is going to pass Freeman, heading down into turn 1. Oh, we got a lot of trouble in turn 1 and 2. A lot of cars around. The 99 of Jeremy Pienta. It's like Thompson in the 15 as well. Heavy damage to that 75 of Arden. Let's take a look at what happened here. Down the front stretch. Oh, looks like Freeman had some internet problems and blinked into that to set. Oh, the 75 hard into the 15, collecting the 99. Yeah, it just looks like Kyle Freeman had some internet problems. This is nothing. Oh, looks like he thought the 15 was going to keep going down the track, so he went up in the 15 and held the brakes so he didn't go anywhere. 75 found himself in a bad spot. A lot of takers down on pit road now. But also quite a few people stayed out too, including Mark Gallo-Bivens. Second place didn't have enough yet for Drew Cox. He's coming down pit road 20 laps into this race. Looks like we got Wessenberg in pit road, Fisher, Shane Haar, Drew Cox stayed out. Connor Gibson stayed out. He's going to be, looks like 3rd. After he started pretty far back to the pack. He's all the way up to 3rd. .75 is out of pit road. Looks like he might have used a faster pair to clean all of that up. We are under our second caution of the day. This one had a lot of carnage involved. Be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We're back here at Iowa under our second caution of the night. Drivers picking which lane they want to start in as we get the 1 to green. We had a couple of cars come down. We had quite a few people stay out as well. So it's going to be a mix of, I guess, some fresher tires and old tires. Elijah Fisher and Mark-Ann Bivens are pretty much the first two that I can see that went down pit road and are on track. They're back in 10th and 11th. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. You have about half the field on fresh tires, half the field on old tires. This can get a long run. We'll see the advantage play out. Back towards the front, it'll be Drew Cox and Matthew Johnson on the front row, with Connor Gibson and Kyle Freeman in the second row. Pace car is off pit road. Cox will lead them back to green once again for a third time today. He has another great restart. Gabbing himself back to Matthew Johnson and Connor Gibson. Gibson up to second now. Here comes Freeman on the inside though. 3 wide out of 2. Freeman got a little loose. Freeman tucks in behind. Matthew Johnson going to pass Gibson on the top side. Johnson's going to clear Gibson. Back to back. Benjamin Romano. For the first time he's been in the top 10 today. He's working on Limley, who was the reason for our first caution, but luckily for him, it was a harmless spin to the infield grass. So not much damage is going to allow him to work his way back up front. He's found himself in 5th place. As we go back further, and yellow is out. Looks like Jeremy Pienta has had an incident. Wheel hopping in the middle of the corner. He spins it out of 2. That was a massive hopping experience on that bottom lane. Luckily, he didn't hit anything. So, similar to Limley, he should be pretty clean as of damage. We're gonna take one more look here. You're gonna see this car wheel hop going into the corner. Right there, it's starting to bounce. That's going to really offset the car, the bounce, and he's just going to lose it down the bottom lane. Third caution of the day here on lap 28. Looks like we got Pienta down pit road. Kyle Freeman down pit road. He's going to pit from all the way up from the 4th position. The front of the pack, Drew Cox still going to lead him. He's done so every lap so far. As for the guys that pitted on that last caution, Mark-Ann Bivens is the highest position one. He found himself back in 9th place with just a few laps to work. So not yet, there hasn't been a huge advantage of fresh tires just yet. Freeman Pienta back on track. We are having trouble trying to get these paints to load on some of these guys' cars, so we apologize to the drivers, fans, sponsors who were looking forward to seeing their car on this stream and this track. If it is not getting up, we've tried everything under yellows so far, and I'm gonna keep trying to work to see if we can get it up. Going back to green this time. Drew Cox going to stick with that bottom lane. It has worked 3 times so far. Drew Cox on the bottom, Matthew Johnson on the top side. Let's go back to green. Cox, again, has a great restart. Connor Gibson's going to take advantage of it and take second place, heading down into turn 1. Here comes Tommy Limley on the inside of Matthew Johnson. Down the back straightaway. Benjamin Romano looking to make it 3 wide. Mark Albert is still making his way up after hitting earlier, which went way towards the back. He's up to 6th now on those fresher tires. He'll be looking to pass Benjamin Romano here. Looks like he's really sticking with that top side. Feels like quite a few guys have migrated up to the top as farther up in the pack they go. Towards the back of the pack though, it's mixed. Kyle Freeman pitted that last caution, trying to work his way back up. Towards the front. Pretty relaxed. Oh, Limley got way up near the wall into the marbles. Got a little bumpy right there for him. Benjamin Romano trying to take advantage of that. So is Markel Bivens. Limley loose. Bivens to the bottom, 3 wide. Heading into turn 1. Here comes Shane Haar in the mix. Limley still fighting himself up in the bumps. Romano's going to pass them all. Limley charging back, trying to get the position that he originally had. Westenberg now on the bottom lane, finding his name in the conversation now. Westenberg really loose out of that corner right there. Evans working on Tommy Limley now on the bottom side. Will be able to clear him out of 4? Yes, he will. Shane Haar now on the inside of Tommy Limley, trying to take advantage of it. They're gonna be 3 wide here, 1 and 2. Bivens gonna lead out of 2. Limley loose, able to keep it together. It was almost a bad one for Limley. It's gonna allow Shane Haar, Emerson Arden around him too. Westenberg now working to Limley's inside. Westenberg not able to clear just yet. Limley hanging on. Now Westenberg clears. It has not been a great restart for Tommy Limley at all. He has lost quite a few spots. Benjamin Romano now. This is the highest he's been all day. In 4th place now. Trying to run down Matthew Johnson and Connor Gibson, who are in 2nd and 3rd. As for Drew Crocs later, and he's up to a 2.5 seconds roughly lead on Connor Gibson. Mark Bivens hit it, not the last caution, but the caution before. He's up to 5th now. Trying to work his way back up. Hit it from the 2nd position. We saw Arden there. And Shane Haar battling. Looks like they started to run out of room out of 2. Can Shane Haar clear him? Nope, not yet. Arden's run is going to allow him to get it back to the outside of Haar. Out of 2. Not just yet. They're going to be side by side again. Shane Haar will clear him barely. Arden crosses over to the inside of Haar. What a great battle we got going on right here. These guys have gone at it now for a couple of laps. And now Mark Bivens, who was working on Romano. Shane Haar is going to clear Arden. Mark Bivens, I don't know what happened, but it looked like he was battling Romano and something happened. But now Matthew Johnson is trying to get past by Benjamin Romano as Johnson appears to be falling off just a little bit. Everybody's passing him. Wonder if he has an issue or tires have just gotten that bad. Look at Mark Bivens shoot to the inside of Benjamin Romano, going for 3rd place. He's going to clear Romano. He sent it in. He's going to slide up the track. Bivens able to keep it off the wall. And Matthew Johnson has just pitted. I wonder if he ran out of fuel or he's getting really close, because he suddenly dropped off. Mark Bivens all the way back up to 3rd now. Connor Gibson not too far ahead for Bivens. Grab the field, Tommy Limley looks to have gathered himself back up after losing multiple spots. Further in the back, Thompson and Fisher battling for 10th place. This one will go to Thompson. And Freeman headed from around the 4th spot in the last caution, has not been able to work his way back up at all. He's stuck in 13th. Not what he was hoping for with the fresh tires. Behind him, Steve Henning Jr. We haven't talked about him much today. Levi Ramsey back there. Jordan Parker. Cade Cannon. Got Tommy Limley, Connor Gibson coming down pit road. The guys that did not really pit at all under the yellows. They have to come down now. It appears Mark Bivens has maybe gotten in the wall. Something happened. He fell off quickly. I don't know if there was maybe trouble when someone was trying to enter the pits. Our leader, Drew Cox, down pit road. This will be the first time he hasn't led a lap all race. It took all the way to lap 52. Says a lot about where he and his car are. Connor Gibson working his way out of pit road, so is Tommy Limley. Means your race leader is Benjamin Romano, with Shane Harr and Emerson Arden behind him. Josh Brackett down pit road now. And caution is out. Looks like Tommy Limley has gone around for the second time today. There he is, up in 3 and 4. That's a fourth caution of the day here on lap 54. Oh, it's coming out of pit road. Oh, he lost it. Oh, backs into the wall. This time, gets damage on his spin. He's just stuck up there. Luckily, everybody able to avoid him. This is going to shake up a lot of things. We have quite a few good race cars down lap. Brackett, Gibson, Johnson, the leader for majority of the day, Drew Cox. That means everybody's going to come down pit road except Mark Allen Pivens. Limley. Like Shane Harr might have got a penalty. He is letting everybody go by. So I'm gonna guess that Shane Harr got a penalty on pit road. He's letting everybody by like that. That's gonna set him way back. Looks like he's starting to get a pretty good run in as he was working his way in the top 5. Under caution for Milo for the 4th time today here on lap 56. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back to bring you some more green flag racing.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here from Iowa, and the good news is we've appeared to figure out the paints for the most part. Go through the field, a lot of schemes should start showing up. Not everybody has it, it's still reloading. But that should help a lot. But we're getting ready to go back green. Mark Bivens on the top side, Jeremy Pienta on the low side. We're going back to green from Iowa. Bivens gets a great start out on the top side. It's been the case all race. Barely down into one. Cameron Westenberg on the top side, working around Jeremy Pienta's. Pienta's scheme starts loading. We've got a yellow in the back. Kyle Freeman looks like he's in some trouble. Shane Hard as well. Don't see a lot that happened. Oh, Matthew Johnson. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, looks like the 20 car. Can't tell. Is that Drew Cox? I think that was Drew Cox. Been a leader for a lot of our races. Let's re-look at that. Let's get it from a different angle this time, though. Oh, he's on that low side. That wasn't Drew Cox. It was Josh Brackett. My apologies. Both of the cars look pretty similar. So let's just rewind it one more time so we can get a really good look at this. He's running the top side and nobody touches him, just loses it right in front of the 88 of Matthew Johnson. And from there, it's like a chain reaction of guys slowing down, running into each other. Let's go back to the live. Mark Bivens went down pit road, so did Benjamin Romano. Shane Hart, who was involved in the incident, with a little bit of damage there on that rear. That'll give us a new leader in Cameron Westenberg. First time today. With Jeremy Pienta behind him. Elijah Fisher, Steven Henning Jr. His first time here in the top 5. Drew Cox, Kyle Freeman coming down pit road. Maybe putting a little bit of more fuel in there. Matthew Johnson, Josh Brackett. It has been quite the race so far. We've had our fair share of yellows. We've also had a pretty good fair share of some good battles throughout this entire field. It's only going to get crazier from here too. More time that runs out, laps that run out, it's going to get more intense. quick little break, and then we'll be right back.
Isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
Back here from Iowa. Everybody's paint should be loaded now. We completely refreshed it. It all should be working. So we get to enjoy the beautiful cars here under the lights of Iowa. Pace car is off. Cameron Westenberg gonna leave the field to green for the first time today. Everybody running multiple lines, whatever's gonna work for them. 3 wide here for second place. The Inter gonna make it work. He moves up to second place. 3 wide here towards the middle of the pack. Thompson on the top side. Parker is working the middle there. Connor Gibson got a little loose right there. Keep it. Ooh, Emerson Arden. He got loose there and almost ran into Jordan Parker. And Connor Gibson. On the front, looks like Pienta maybe got a little loose out of 2. It's going to cost him some spots. To Henning up to 3rd, and Fisher up to 2nd now. Back towards the middle part pack. It's going to be Connor Gibson on the low side, trying to make it work, and we've got another yellow. Oh, I think it's our friend Tommy Limley again. If it is, this will be his 3rd yellow from him today. Let's check. Oh, yep. Tommy Limley. Off track again. Looks like he just lost it in the corner again. I don't know if he checked up because of Freeman coming up the track, or he just flat out lost it. That looked like he lost it, though. Oh yeah, he's already losing it. So Tommy Limley has gone around for 3rd time in this race. It has not been a clean race for him. He has had some good runs up near the top 5. So far in the day, just doesn't look like the bounce of the car is enjoying its time with him. Down pit road, that is Benjamin Romano now. With about 31 laps to go, cars might just be good on fuel the rest of the way, but with the caution laps, some might be able to stay out and not have to go down pit road to pit. It's going to be interesting how strategy works out because of how many yellows we've had. Up front, Cameron Westenberg remains the leader. Elijah Fisher in 2nd. Stephen Henning Jr. in 3rd. Of course, earlier I mentioned how we haven't seen Henning Jr. all day, and now he's running up here in 3rd. Bono out of pits now. Mark Albins, he's going to come down and top off some fuel. Maybe not sure if he can make it the rest of the way by saving and with enough caution, so he's going to come down, top her off. Limley as well. I believe there are no other takers with them. It's been quite the day if you are just joining with us. We're under our 6th caution of the day here on lap 71 of 100 laps here at Iowa Speedway. Drew Cox started on pole. He led about 50 laps until he pitted under green flag. But just about a lap or two after that, a yellow came out, trapping Drew Cox down a lap. So he's working his way back. He's up to 10th now. Looking to put his name back on top here as this thing comes towards an end. Some more takers now. Matthew Johnson trying to get that extra lap of fuel in. One degree this time by, so everybody will choose what line they want. Westenberg gonna stay with the top. Fisher goes to the bottom. The rest of the pack, Connor Gibson working his way back up. Found himself in a little bit of trouble, some beating and begging, but he's found himself here. 5th place, 3rd row for his restart. Alongside Jordan Parker. Parker we haven't talked about too much today, but he's been quietly working his way up to the front at number 65. So, let's get ready to do this again. What will we have another yellow? How long will the green flag run go? Cameron Westenberg will lead us back to green. He gets another great jump on Elijah Fisher. Three wide throughout the entire pack. Shane Hart in tight spot, so is Jordan Parker. 3 wide. We were just talking about him, Drew Cox, trying to swiftly work his way out to the front. He knows he has a fast race car. He knows he can get there. Mark Alvarez, what an aggressive move there to the bottom of the racetrack. You can get the sense of urgency as Shane Hart around in the infield grass. He's not going to be able to save it. Yellow was out. Man, Shane Hart was having a great run. Looks like another case of old tires potentially getting the best of somebody here at Iowa. That's been a lot of the case for a lot of yellows. As you see it, looks like he is closing in on Drew Cox. Cox is going to slide up in front of him, and I don't even think Drew Cox really played too much of a role in that. I think Shane Hart just lost his car. The good news for him is there's going to be no damage. Similar to Tommy Limley earlier, that brought out the first caution of the race. No damage spin on the front track. Oh no, what has happened to mark out Bivens now? What just happened under yellow? Everything looks fine. Oh no, that is Tommy Limley. Did he just run into him, or was there net code involved in that? Oh, that's a really bad case of net code. I mean, that's really bad. Sadly, when you do iRacing in a virtual world, not everything will be perfect. That's just how it is, and that's what's gonna happen sometimes. Netcode can get in the way of some good racing sometimes, and in this case, even when you're pacing. Down pit road, Josh Brackett. Cade Cannon. No. It's Tommy Limley. Brackett now coming up pit road. 22 laps to go. We'll get down to the final stretch of this entire thing. It's been quite a chaotic race. A lot of guys here up front that could get their first ever win in IRSS. Cameron Westenberg, Jeremy Pinta, Connor Gibson. He's been in this league for a couple seasons. He's looking for that first win. Stephen Henning Jr. in fourth. Drew Cox, he won last week. Emerson Ardon, Aiden Thompson, Kyle Freeman, Benjamin Romano, and then you find three-time champ of Mark Bowens in 10th. So today could be the day we see somebody get their first ever checkered flag here in the Intense Racing Sim Series. Down pit road, Shane Hart. Looks like he's probably going to top off some fuel. Maybe some tires. Try to make one of the hardest runs with only a limited amount of time towards the front. He was having a pretty good day. Spun out, brought the yellow out, and finding himself in a difficult position to try to make up. Option lights are out. Everybody's able to choose their spot. Wow. Connor Gibson's going to be the first one on the bottom lane. Jeremy Pienta, I believe, took the top side. He could have went low. Probably has seen how the leader has been able to get such a good jump on all these restarts. It's been, I mean, really, there hasn't been a single competitive restart. Start of the race after that. Can Connor Gibson change the narrative we've seen all day? Will he be able to challenge Cameron Westenberg on this restart? Time is running out if you want to win this race. 19 laps to go. Westenberg gets a really good jump once again. Connor Gibson trying to hang on second place against Jeremy Pinta. They're 3 wide in the back. Drew Cox, he was the pole sitter and led a lot of this race. He's worked his way all the way back up to 4th. Pit strategy worked against him, but now he's trying to erase it all. Here comes Connor Gibson to the inside of Pinta for 2nd place. We've got another yellow in the back. A lot of cars slimming. Tommy Limley, Josh Brackett, Cade Cannon around for 8th yellow of the day. Oh well. Looks like they're 3 wide back here, and oh, happened further up front. Matthew Johnson. Oh, Johnson gets air. Let's go back. Way farther. Oh, he's diving into the inside of Mark Evans. The car's gonna slide up. Taps left rear. Sends Johnson around. Great avoidance. Can't tell who that was, but man, quick split-second decision. He was able to get out of the way. Ooh, up in the air. Cade Cannon underneath that 88 of Matthew Johnson, and Limley just collects the 20 as Brackett's trying to get by. It was Benjamin Romano who made that amazing avoidance right there, and maybe just potentially saved his race. And that was some good stuff. That's a great avoidance. We got some takers now. Speaking of, Benjamin Romano is going to come down. Matthew Johnson, Levi Ramsey, Tommy Limley, excuse me. Most of the guys, I'm assuming, pitting for damage. Under yellow for the 8th time tonight. Hasn't been the cleanest race of them all, but we have had some really good battles in between. Connor Gibson in 2nd place. And inside lane appeared to work. Last yellow, he was 3rd, now he's 2nd. He was able to get around the end. So now, it's going to be interesting to see. He's going to stay behind Westenberg, try to get the good jump with the 32. Or is he going to go back to the inside and challenge him? Huge decision for Connor Gibson to make. He wants to win this race. Panta there. And then, of course, one of the biggest names we've discussed all day, Drew Cox. He is right back in the mix. He won last week in Las Vegas, looking to go back-to-back now. Started on pole. He led about the first 50 laps. They had to make a green flag pit stop, and he got trapped a lap down when a caution just mistimely got him. So he's had to fight for the rest of the race to get back up front amidst all the yellows and wrecks. Now he finds himself back in striking distance, potentially get his 2nd win of the season. Emerson Harden, he was involved in one of the wrecks early on that gave him quite a bit of damage. He was able to get it repaired. Now he's found himself back in 5th. Mark Bivens, he led there for a little while after Drew Cox pitted. Hasn't been a clean race either. But he slowly made his way back up. And now it's decision time. I think race control decided, let's put these guys single file. There were quite a few wrecks. On the 8th caution with 14 to go, race control has decided, let's just keep these guys single file. Let's try to get this thing over. Well, that advantage of the leader, when it was double file, might just be erased now. They had been working all night for the leader to get a really big jump on the car that was either on the inside or outside of them. How much advantage does Westenberg have here now? Back to green. Gibson got a pretty good launch right there. Is he going to have enough for Cameron Westenberg? Here comes Drew Cox towards the outside of Jeremy Pinto. But now, the battle's starting to heat up for the lead. And caution is back out. Ooh, Gibson almost got into the back of Westenberg. Oh no. Little crash again. Lindley, let's see. Oh, Lindley lost the car again. I think he's about had it. Not the cleanest day for Tommy Lindley. And it appears it's going to end in a DNF. 18th for him. So, we're going to re-rack him. This is the 9th caution of the night here at Iowa. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we might just decide a winner.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Here from Iowa, that is there we go. We had a black screen there for a second. That wasn't great. We're back now. Should begin the 1 to green right now. Nope, I was wrong. So, that we are looking at a 7 to go restart. It's a lot of time for some guys to make a positions. Drew Cox looming around here in 4th place. We know how good he's been all day. Markel moves back in 7th. Would take a really impressive run for him to get back up front. The field looks like we still have pretty much everybody except Tommy Lindley. Levi Ramsey's 2 laps down. We're gonna hit the 1 to green here. As everybody goes by. In case you are just now joining us, this race will have a single file restart after we've had 9 yellows now. Trying to get this thing wrapped up so we can see who is the winner of the 4th race this IRSS Season 7. A lot of guys looking for their first win of the year and even career here in IRSS, including the 2 front guys in Cameron Westenberg and Connor Gibson. potentially some history made today. Let's do this. Pace cars off. 7 laps to go to the side. This race here in Iowa. Connor Gibson did not get a great start. Jeremy Pienta going to the outside with help from Drew Cox. Here comes Emerson Ardon on the inside. Drew Cox now looking to go. There goes Westenberg around. The leader is around. Cameron Westenberg. What happened? He had such a great restart. His car must have snapped somewhere in 1 and 2. That's going to bring out our 10th caution of the day. Heartbreak for Westenberg. The path to victory was right in front of him. It all went up in smoke. Let's take a look at what happened. Going down to 1. Coming down the track. Maybe hits a bump. He's getting loose. I don't know if he got loose or Connor Gibson just had such a great run while he's working down the track. It's hard to tell, really. Let's go. I'm gonna go on board here with Connor Gibson. Let's go on board with his nose. See if Westenberg just got loose or just... Well, Westenberg might have got loose right there. And yeah, he got loose before Gibson tapped him. But does Connor Gibson have any damage? Doesn't look like Westenberg has much. Gibson's doesn't look too bad. So a little bit of front end damage. Doesn't look like anything to really worry about if you're Connor Gibson. That's the good news for him. Time's running out. This is gonna be wild here. Got Pienta, Gibson looking for their first win. Yeah, Drew Cox could really build on his points standings with a second win in a row. Markel Bibbs now, he's made some progress. He's up to 5th. He's still definitely in this conversation. Emerson Arden looking for a win. Kyle Freeman, he was up near the front early on. He had pit. Found himself in the back. It's not been a smooth race for him, but he's back up near the front. Do we have trouble? I don't know if anything happened to Levi Ramsey. It looked like he got really slow. Or if they just... Oh! Levi Ramsey. It looks like he just hit the rear end of Westenberg. Oh, no. His left front just goes off. Westenberg not happy, runs right back into Ramsey. I don't know what just happened right there. That was strange. So, let's just go on board with Ramsey here. See if... I don't know if he just wasn't paying attention or what, but he never sped up, so it wasn't like he was trying to go straight into him, but also he didn't slow down. I don't know, it's an odd one. Now he has no left front. That's number 6 machine. Westenberg, hopefully the damage not too bad. And this race for the 32 has gone from potentially really great to not good at all. Towards the front, this looks like it's going to be a standard 2 to go. So not a green white checker. We're not going to overtime just yet. It looks like it's going to be a 2 to go restart. is going to be pure chaos. Have we seen our final caution of the day? Some would say, obviously no. With the way this race has been. Up through the entire field. Everybody getting ready to get one more shot. It looks like the caution has been extended. Don't know if anything has happened. Something happened. No, this was earlier. This was not potentially extended the caution. Now we're gonna want to agree. I believe this is now turned into a green-white checkered. So they are currently on lap 99, so yes, this is a green-white checkered. It's going to be an overtime attempt. This will not end under regulation. Jeremy Pienta, the race leader for the first time this evening, but the most important time to lead it all. He's going to lead this field back to green. Pace car has finally turned down onto pit road. They're going back to green. Connor Gibson was not able to get a great launch. Here comes Drew Cox looking to take advantage of it. He gets to the top side. Drew Cox, the Repulsive, and a caution has come back out again. Cox was able to get around Gibson. That's a big deal. And Levi Ramsey again. This is just not been a great race for him. Oh, he's already losing there here. Oh, Westenberg getting back. Yep. Oh, hard in that pit wall. Well, you figured Cameron Westenberg, after he was just leading the race, he spins around, gets into the back, and all of a sudden Levi Ramsey runs into it, into his right rear. An already frustrated driver, something like that happens, potentially send him over the edge, and that's gonna happen. Sometimes tempers are gonna boil over. So that's what happens. Levi Ramsey is down pit road now. Levi Ramsey working his way back on track. Well, we thought Drew Cox made the pass for second, but turns out he did not. So Connor Gibson will be able to retain second place. Which for him is going to help a lot, because it looked like he might have been in a little bit of trouble right there. But now with another chance, he could really turn that around. Get a better finish out of all of this. This may have not been the most prettiest race of them all, but for someone today, this could be one of the greatest races of their season. Doesn't look like a whole lot changed with the running order. Shane Haar is up to 8th now. Thompson 9th, Jordan Parker 10th. Elijah Fisher 11th, Josh Brackett 12th, Cade Cannon 13th. Pete Johnson, he's just found himself up front at some point of this race, but he's now falling all the way back after finding himself in some incidents. Benjamin Romano, he's been a little bit all over the place. He's just running out front, and then a little bit off on the pit strategy. I put him way down in the running order. Made a pretty good wreck avoidance earlier. Now he's all the way in the back. So it has not been a consistent day at all for Benjamin Romano. You ought to be wondering what Connor Gibson's thinking here. He's had quite a few chances at a restart where he could take the lead, has not been able to really get it done. But now with the opportunities running out, he can easily flip that entire script, take the lead, and get his first ever win. For those who may have not tuned in the entire season just yet, we kicked off the season, race 1 at Daytona, in which Ethan Sky won, who is not able to join us tonight. Then we went to Auto Club in California. Mark Allen Bivens, 3-time champ, was able to win in that one. Then we went to Las Vegas, in which Drew Cox, who's sitting in 3rd place right now, was able to win. So, for the guys like Jeremy Pienta, Connor Gibson, Emerson Ardon, they're trying to find their way in victory lane and become the 4th different winner this season. It's not something that has happened commonly in this series. Pace car is off. One more attempt here in overtime. Jeremy Pienta able to get pretty decent launch, but Connor Gibson a much better launch than he got last time. Drew Cox looking to his outside already. So go down into 1 and 2. Connor Gibson working up bottom lane. He's able to clear Drew Cox down the back straightaway. Does he have enough for Jeremy Pienta? Will he reach the white flag? Out of turn 4, coming to the line, Connor Gibson gets a little loose. White flag is in the air. Jeremy Pienta, can he make it all the way back? Drew Cox around the top side, looking for 2nd place. Gibson gets loose. Cox on the top side. Through 3 and 4. Jeremy Pienta is going to win at Iowa Speedway. Drew Cox had a dominant race car. He was able to work his way all the way back to 2nd. Connor Gibson, he had a good restart, but did not find himself with some good enough corners for the win. He falls back to 3rd. Emerson Arden goes to 4th. Mark Allen Bivens, top 5 for him. This was a fun one. Man. Quite a few cautions, but in between all of that mess, there were definitely some good racing going on. We come back, we will interview the top 3. Connor Gibson, Drew Cox, and Jeremy Pienta. Back here at Iowa, we're going to bring in your third place driver, Connor Gibson. See what he has to say about all that. Hey, Connor, it's Keegan in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So it looked like you had a chance there towards the end. You were in second place to come to the restart. It looks like you had a pretty decent launch, but what just didn't work out there in the end?
I got loose. I choked. I there was a lot going on, and I mean, honestly, the craziest part is that that's the third league race I've done this week, and I finished third in all three, which is very very interesting.
It sounds like good races, but just not enough to get to the top spot. Do you?
Yep.
Is there anything you could have done differently, you think, to really grab that P1 spot?
I mean, I could have wrecked Jeremy, but that wouldn't have been any good. So I was too loose anyway. So I think even if I wrecked him, I think Drew would have got me. So there was really nothing. I mean, I didn't get any practice. I didn't even get full qualifying. So it was just wasn't a good situation.
Odds were against him, but he was able to get back to third. Connor, do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
To thank you for clutching up and putting the broadcast on. The Mark for the league and all the drivers who showed up and put on the show.
Thank you for joining us up here in the booth, and congratulations on a podium spot in third place for Connor Gibson tonight.
Thank you.
Let's bring in your second place driver, Drew Cox. Hey Drew, it's Keegan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Drew, you started on the pole. You led quite a bit of laps. Hit strategy went against you, it seemed, but you found your way all the way back up to second. Was there anything else you really needed there towards the end?
Yeah, no cautions. I mean, I was by far the best truck tonight. I don't even think it was close. And I got really just terrible luck with the caution coming out as soon as I go down pit road. And that put me a lap down. And I felt like the last 50 laps was 75% under caution. I mean, if we'd had any kind of green flag run, I would have won that race, no doubt about it. But it is what it is. I mean, it don't always go your way. The fastest truck don't always win for sure, but I mean overall it was a pretty good race, I guess. I mean good points night, but it was a little bit of a wreck fest to say the least, I guess.
I would agree. Yeah, you were definitely the fastest car on the track. It showed early on, and if that thing went green, I'm pretty sure we'd be talking to you as a winner. What?
Yeah, I agree with that. You know.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to, thank all the guys in the league. Mark, y'all, you doing the broadcast, Mason. I don't know where he's at tonight, but just everybody that puts it together. I mean, we've had good turnouts. I just hope I hope the racing gets a little bit more clean. I mean, I think the first 3 races we didn't have a caution, so I mean, there's good car counts, but we also have to have good quality racing. But that will come with time. So. Yeah, just and Josh, my teammate.
Well, we thank you, Drew, for your time, and congratulations on another really good run. Second place this time for Drew Cox.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's see. Trying to see if we could talk to the race winner, Jeremy Pienta. I do not see him. I don't think he's available. Wait a few seconds. Sadly, do not think Jeremy Pienta is going to be available for an interview tonight, but he is your race winner tonight. So before we get away with this, let's check out the finishing results. Your race winner was Jeremy Pienta. Second place, Drew Cox. Third place was Connor Gibson. That was your podium. After that, Emerson Arden got fourth. Mark Allen Bivens got P5 to round the top 5. Kyle Freeman, Shane Haar after that. Stephen Henning Jr. Then N. Thompson. Jordan Parker with the 10th spot. Elijah Fisher and Josh Brackett. Matthew Johnson and Cade Cannon. Then Benjamin Romano, Levi Ramsey. Cameron Westenberg was leading late in that race, but found himself around from the top spot. He's going to end up at 17th. Then Tommy Limley, who had quite a night at P18. Well, everyone, I'd like to thank you for spending your Thursday evening with us here at the Intense Racing Sim Series. It was another great race, this one at Iowa. Make sure to tune in next week for race number 5 so we can see, will we get a 5th different winner or will someone get their 2nd win of the year? Thank you for watching on Virtual Motorsports TV.